I'm Joanne Thiessen Martens. I'm an assistant professor in soil chemistry and fertility here in the Department of Soil Science at the University of Manitoba. And we are going to head down to the Glenlee Research Station to meet our colleagues and take a look at the phosphorus-enriched compost products that we're looking at in this study.
We got the struvite, this one's the no amendment. Oh nice, got some samples already in there.
This research project is designed to help us discover if we can use recycled phosphorus products and organic wastes to create a phosphorus-enriched compost that would be suitable for organic farmers to use.
My name is Inoka Amarkun. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Soil Science, University of Manitoba. I'm a co-investigator in the project. So what we have done is to collect municipal yast waste, livestock manure, and the municipal food waste and added with struvite, including the controls, and then we composted them, made them ready for the field trials, and on the side we did a growth room bioassay to see the phosphorus uptake and plant growth using the same compost blends.
So these big white bags, they're the composted products. We did it at a large scale. So there's about 1 ton with 27 different amended blended products.
The main source of waste phosphorus that we are looking at is struvite, and it is recovered out of municipal wastewater. We're really interested in that, partly because of that potential to recycle that waste back to agricultural land instead of sending it out into a lake or into a landfill. But it's also pretty fascinating because it's a good source of nutrients for plants. It's moderately soluble, so it works, but it also isn't so soluble that it overwhelms the soil with a lot of really readily available phosphorus. So it seems like a really good fit for organic production.
Right now we're standing in the forage stand of this experiment where we've planted alfalfa and applied the enriched co-composted compost products that were enriched with struvite. And then we also have plots that have just the compost products but applied with struvite. And then we have a few controls with a monoammonium phosphate, with struvite only, and then a non-amended plot.
There is a big problem with phosphorus deficiencies on organic farms, especially in this region. And it comes down to the lack of suitable phosphorus sources. So for grain farmers, farming a lot of acres, a product needs to be not too expensive, for one thing, but it also needs to work. And many of the phosphorus fertilizers that are available and permitted for organic farmers to use don't work well in the soils that we have in this region, because our soils have a pH that's neutral to alkaline usually, and rock phosphate, for example, only works in acidic soils. Manure is a great source of phosphorus, but the thing with this part of the prairie region is that there isn't really enough livestock to produce enough manure to supply organic farms the way they would need to replace the phosphorus that's exported every time they harvest a crop and sell it off. We're looking at a whole bunch of different things from the crop performance perspective, looking at just the amount of biomass that the crops will produce, looking at the nutrient concentration in the plant tissue. So, we'll grind up these plants and analyze them for nutrient content. But then we also are measuring the carbon in the soil, because we are adding carbon through the compost, these different types of compost. And also, if we grow bigger plants, then those plants are adding more carbon into the soil as well.
I'm Henry Wilson. I'm a research scientist with Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada based in Brandon. And my research on this project's largely focused on looking at some of the benefits or challenges related to mobility of the phosphorus that we're applying in the environment and what the implications might be for water quality.
There's lots of benefits to recycling wastes into fertilizers. So for one, we're reducing our reliance on mined phosphorus.
There's a benefit we know for water quality of just removing material that probably would be moving downstream from our kind of leaky system that we have with our household waste, our food waste, sewage system is usually discharged to stream. So if we're recovering some of that and bringing it back, there's a overall system benefit.
We're sharing this knowledge with people that we hope can use it through a bunch of different methods. So already now at this early stage in the project, we've been putting together podcasts and photo essay just showing how we're doing the research. We are having field tours. We're giving talks at presentations. So for example, we have the Manitoba Agronomists Conference here with agronomists and kind of raising awareness about the general issue of recycling wastes back to agricultural land.
My name is Mark Milne, and I've worked over 40 years in the ag business. I represent EnviroClean out of Morden, Manitoba, and we had processed food and green waste in that town for over 10 years, and this happened to match what kind of research and the accuracy that the researchers were looking for in this project.
We have several industry partners in this project who are playing really important roles. One of the big ones is EnviroClean. That's the facility where we did all of this composting. So 27 unique batches of compost that they facilitated for us to put together there. Another big partner is Ostera, who is providing funding as well as in-kind support. They produce the struvite fertilizer that we're testing, the only commercial type that's available right now. And then we have some funding partners. The Manitoba Organic Development Fund takes checkoff dollars from farmers in Manitoba, organic farmers.
For Motif, this is the very first organic checkoff in Canada, so it's a pretty big deal. And getting to actually fund our own research, go after projects that are interesting to organic farmers here in Manitoba has been pretty monumental. For our Manitoba farmers, this phosphorus project was a really big deal because phosphorus fertility is something that Manitoba organic farms struggle with.
We also have 4 partners who are working with us specifically on sharing the knowledge from this. And so these are the farmer groups from here in the prairies. We have Manitoba Organics, we have Sask Organics, we have Organic Alberta, and the Manitoba Forage and Grassland Association. This research is going to be really important for those organic farmers who don't currently have a suitable source of phosphorus to support their crop production. That's a big barrier to entry in some cases for farmers, just looking ahead, not knowing if they'll be able to support the phosphorus needs of their soils and crops. And we've also seen it's a reason that people leave organic farming because they're no longer able to sustain their crop production. So having some phosphorus-rich inputs, fertilizers, whatever you want to call them, but that farmers can use to replace the phosphorus they're exporting every time they harvest a crop is going to be a real game changer for organic farmers in this area.